Borderlands 4 just released on PC, and there are some performance concerns, especially when people running 5090s and 5080s like myself cannot reach a stable 60 frames per second. This isn't a review so much as it is just a performance overview of what I was able to achieve with an RTX 5080, the settings that I used, and a whole bunch of samples that you can browse through at the end. For the primary settings comparison, I focused on this tree in all three tests. And the first thing I want to point out is that you should update your driver to the latest version, which is 581.29 if you haven't already. I noticed an immediate bump of about 20 to 30 frames after upgrading to the latest driver. The other thing I want to point out about this comparison is outside of driver version, I also used an Engine.ini adjustment file that's circulating on Reddit. I hesitate to call this a fix because it's really just adjusting system settings, but some people have seen performance improvements, and I even noticed a few FPS improvements as well. The one caveat I'll put here is that it does change the overall look and feel of the Borderlands game, but it's up to you to decide whether you like it better or not. The majority of this video is just different settings that you can browse through to determine which settings you think are best. But as far as my recommendation goes, especially with a 5080, is making sure you have the latest drivers. I'm playing at 1440p with the very high preset after auto detect. DLSS on. You pretty much have to play this game with DLSS on, otherwise you're probably going to get under 60 and maybe even under 40 or 30. And finally, it's going to depend on your settings, but I recommend playing on quality. I saw the greatest bump in both frames per second and actual visual clarity setting to quality mode rather than full resolution for the 5080. You can also turn it down to performance or balanced if you need to, but I do not recommend ultra performance as you will get high frames, but it looks just terrible, almost like a game from 10 years ago or worse, and I do not recommend playing on that DLSS setting if you don't have to. Now again, the rest of the video is just samples, so feel free to browse through.